A woman wakes up to discover her assistant is actually the heir to a prominent, wealthy family. Before she could fully react, two luxury sedans parked at her doorstep. As the doors open, a woman of extraordinary grace steps out elegantly. She is the assistant's mother. The mother is utterly bewildered by her son's actions, having sent him to the countryside on business, only to find him working as someone's assistant, leaving her profoundly disappointed. However, she could never dream that the young woman in front of her would completely change her son's life. Playboy Joseph, the son of a real estate mogul, leads a carefree life. He spends his time indulging in pleasures and enjoying a luxurious lifestyle. Until this day, when his mother could no longer tolerate his wayward behavior. To set him back on the right path, she sends Joseph to the countryside to acquire a piece of land, emphasizing the challenge as it's a project the company had long failed to secure. She wants Joseph to prove himself through action. And so Joseph embarks on his journey to the rural town. But just as he was nearing his destination, a small mishap disrupted his stride.
My apologies, sir. These roads could use some work.
Because his clothes were stained with coffee, he changed into a t-shirt belonging to Leo's son, who was accompanying him. This plain garment stands in stark contrast to his usual attire, yet it brings him an unexpected sense of freedom. He chooses to walk the rest of the way. Upon arrival, he is stunned by the scene before him. A woman is helping a cow give birth. Joseph immediately steps in to assist, but the younger girl, Hannah, mistakes him for the assistant applicant, Manny, and naturally assigns Joseph to help her sister. Joseph intends to explain, but the urgency of the situation leaves him no opening to speak. Ultimately, with their combined effort, the calf was born smoothly.
God, you know, for a second there, I thought you were the suit.
The what?
Some hoity-toity company man is supposed to come by later today and wave some money in my face.
Is that so?
Yeah, but ready to welcome him now.
Seeing the shotgun mounted on the wall and the girl's formidable attitude, Joseph abandons the idea of revealing his true identity. He decides to settle in temporarily as Manny while looking for an opportunity to secure the land deal. He then calls Leo, instructing him to stay in town for a few days and to deal with the real assistant applicant, Manny. Coincidentally, Manny was sitting right next to Leo at that moment.
Excuse me. You wouldn't happen to be a ranch hand, would you?
Are you a psychic?
Meanwhile, Joseph held the task list that Callie had given him, gazing at the various tasks listed on it, feeling utterly lost and overwhelmed. Left with no choice, he once again spends a hefty sum to hire Manny for remote guidance. And so, the heir accustomed to luxury begins his life of rural labor, shoveling manure, chopping firewood, milking cows. He only finds rest as the sun sets. But then, Callie's appearance shatters this brief tranquility.
I need you to come with me, please. Just need the ladder to get the feedbacks, please.
Sure thing.
After a brief interlude, Callie began to criticize Joseph's work.
The feed bins for the cows were empty, meaning they haven't eaten today.
Yeah, but that wasn't on my list.
Okay, well, neither is take a shower, but good hygiene is still expected on this ranch.
Though Joseph wants to argue back, considering his current situation, he chooses to remain silent and accept it. Callie doesn't pursue it further, as she has a part-time job at the bar to get to. Joseph hopes to talk further with Callie, using it as groundwork for his acquisition plan, but Callie firmly shuts down the conversation. Faced with this, Joseph must find another way. Late at night, Joseph changes into cowboy attire and enters the bar where Callie works. But upon entering, he witnesses a man harassing Callie. They came to blows, but being a rich kid, he was clearly no match for the hooligans. Seeing Joseph losing, Callie decisively steps in to stop it. Although Callie doesn't thank Joseph for his chivalrous act, it undoubtedly leaves a deep impression on her. The next day, while Callie enjoyed a warm afternoon tea with her family, Joseph was nearby scrubbing the fence. Yet under the sunlight's glow, Callie suddenly discovered a hint of handsomeness in the ranch assistant before her. Later, Joseph goes to the barn to organize tools, and Callie surprisingly brings him juice.
And strong. Does it hurt?
No. Looks worse than it is.
Soon after, Joseph spots a motorcycle in the barn, instantly sparking his interest.
It was my dad's.
Yeah, he died 3 years ago.
My dad passed away when I was young.
At that moment, a form of resonance stirred within them. That resonance transformed into a seed of emotion, beginning to take root in each other's heart. Living under the same roof, their encounters become frequent. As they spend more time together and share more moments, Joseph earns an invitation to join them for lunch. Callie's mother, Wendy, keenly sensed her daughter's change, sincerely expressing gratitude to Joseph because since Callie's father's passing, she hadn't seen Callie so happy for a long time. Wendy also expresses hope, asking Joseph if he might stay on next year. However, faced with this request, Joseph hesitates. Reluctantly, Wendy shares Callie's past. 3 years ago, a sudden car accident not only took Callie's father's life but also left her seriously ill. The cost of treatment far exceeded their means. To pay the bills, Callie had to work day and night. Learning of Callie's struggles, Joseph is filled with deep sympathy. He always knew Callie was strong and independent, but never imagined the immense pressure and sorrow hidden beneath that strength. Joseph then seeks Leo's help, but Leo urges him to resolve the matter quickly, advising him not to waste more time. Manny shares the same view, believing Joseph should confess everything to Callie soon to avoid further complications. Yet Joseph's heart is conflicted, as he has developed deep feelings for Callie. Just as Joseph wrestles with confession or concealment, Callie unexpectedly takes him to a special place. This was once her father's dream location. He wanted to transform it into a vineyard to save the struggling ranch. But the tragic accident put those plans on hold. Callie then confides everything to Joseph.
We've been drowning in debt for months, and I don't see a way out. I can't tell you how helpless I feel. Some big city company wants to buy this land for a shipping facility.
Yeah, but you could take that money and buy an even better ranch, you know?
She is deeply attached to this land, which holds all her memories and is the only place she can feel close to her father. Though Joseph dreads hurting Callie, he feels only full confession can ease his guilt, so he musters the courage to find her, planning to offer a higher price as compensation. Nevertheless, gazing into Callie's pure smile, he retracted his hand holding the contract.
Look at it.
At that moment, Joseph can no longer contain his feelings. He leans in and kisses Callie deeply. Callie doesn't resist, melting into the tender moment. Just as they are about to step into a new chapter, Hannah appears, announcing their mother's condition has worsened. Joseph immediately carries Callie's mother to the car. Watching them drive away, Joseph knows this family cannot endure more turmoil. Although Callie's mother pulls through, the high cost of this treatment plunges the already struggling family deeper into hardship. Wendy decides to forego further treatment.
I can't imagine life without you in it. Oh, baby. Hey, you have to deal with what is Callie, not what you want the world to be.
In this complex world, we cannot reverse what's already said, but we can bravely accept it and move forward with resolve. And Wendy's decision might be the deepest love and lesson she could impart to her daughter. Meanwhile, Joseph's mother, Amy, calls, but Joseph decisively hangs up, then tears up the acquisition contract. Amy senses something is wrong and quickly contacts Leo, informing him she will personally visit the ranch tomorrow. Realizing the gravity, Leo rushes to the bar to find Joseph, but he's nowhere to be found.
Miss Van Asten? Yes, no, Joseph is back at the ranch. Everything's under control.
Connor overhears Leo's phone conversation. Curious, he searches online for the woman Leo mentioned and discovers she's a billionaire CEO. Unaware of the brewing storm, Joseph and Callie lie on the grass sharing their thoughts. In the dim light of night, Callie's emotions finally burst forth as she kissed Joseph. And so, they share an unforgettable night on the grass. However, the next morning, Callie receives a message from Connor revealing Joseph's true identity. Immediately after, 2 luxury cars stop in front of Callie's house. The doors open slowly, and Joseph's mother steps out with commanding presence. Upon learning of everything, Joseph hurriedly welcomed his mother.
You've been lying to me this whole time.
That's what this is? You've been living on the ranch all this time, playing house with the farmer's daughter? You are a mess, Joseph. This is the running total of the cost for your mother's past medical care. It is quite large, and it has gone to collection. We are going to increase our offer for your property by the amount on that paper.
Although Callie firmly stated that she could handle it, her mother was very aware that the management of the ranch had not been satisfactory over the years. Now they face only two choices: accept the offer before them or wait for the bank to foreclose on the property. While Wendy seems ready to compromise, Callie hesitates. She doesn't sign immediately but asks Joseph's mother for time to consider. With that, she unceremoniously saw Joseph's mother off. She then angrily confronts Joseph, demanding to know why he deceived her. Despite Joseph's desperate explanations, his deception remains a fact. Finally, Callie also orders Joseph to leave.
Get the hell off my property!
As Joseph packs his bags to go, Leo notices a bottle of wine in his backpack. Manny, curious, takes a sip and is instantly overwhelmed by its rich flavor. A true wine enthusiast, he immediately recognizes its exceptional quality. Learning this wine came from Callie's farm, a brilliant plan takes shape in their minds. They send the wine for appraisal.
There it is. There it is. Yes.
Under cover of night, Joseph quietly returns to Callie's ranch. Through Joseph's patient and gentle persuasion, Callie chooses to let go of her burden, joining hands with Joseph to restore the vineyard. The next day, Vincenzo, a representative from the winery, visits Callie's vineyard. He first carefully inspects the vines, then enters the ranch cellar to sample the stored wine. The rich aroma is intoxicating. Vincenzo immediately offers Callie a lease agreement. His proposal not only solves the ranch's immediate financial crisis, but also grants Callie a share of the annual profits from the wine sales. This provides a sustainable income stream for the farm. With everything settled, Joseph calls his mother, apologizing deeply for any potential loss to the company. He expects harsh reprimand, but to his surprise, she isn't angry. Instead, she expresses pride in his growth. Amy's true wish was always to see her son mature and progress. Joseph's time on the farm proved to be a vital chapter in his personal development, validating her decision to send him there. On Christmas Day, Callie is led to a warehouse by her mother and sister. As the door opens, Callie is deeply moved by the sight before her. It turns out to be Joseph's meticulously planned creation. He apologizes for his earlier deception and concealment, sharing his profound experiences on the farm.
Experienced. But I might be able to figure out something for you to do.
Whoa, I would need meals this time.
Oh, yeah, no. Meals are not usually included.
Now I need a place to sleep.
I think I can swing that.
And you?
In this season of warmth and miracles, Callie and Joseph's hearts draw even closer, and their story, like fine wine, grows richer and more precious with time.